What if we want to know how the battery discharges with time? What voltage does it have over time as it discharges? Well, this power supply can help us do that as well. I set it up here for 1 milliamp maximum current, so it's not really going to do much to charge this. I set it again to 4.2 volts maximum. And what I want to do is put a load on the battery. So I have here a 40 ohm resistor, 4 10 ohm resistors in series with a switch to turn them on. And I'm going to use this banana plug module to connect it to the power supply. This circuit was designed for another experiment, but it'll work just fine here. So now the battery and these resistors are hooked in parallel, and I can turn on the load and it will start draining the battery. And if I turn on this power supply, it will be supplying 1 milliamp to the process. But these resistors, 40 ohms, and this is a 4 volt battery, it's going to take 100 milliamps from the battery, and of course 1 milliamp from the power supply. We will see how the battery discharges by watching the voltage that the power supply is able to achieve with its, even though it's only supplying 1 milliamp, it's going to measure whatever voltage is out here on its output terminals. So let's turn on the power supply. It's now trying to charge the battery, which is 3.9 volts. And we turn on the resistors, and now it should be draining the battery. So the battery voltage is actually going down. And we can log this just like we did before. Set up the we can set up a duration 2 minutes again, and we can start another recording, and it's going to go for 2 minutes again. Let's just have a quick look at that. You can see here the time scale as it's capturing. Each division is taking 5 seconds, and it's recording voltage and current. If I auto scale it, it's not really changing much, but you can see the A to D increments here. So the battery is going down in a stair-stepping mode, and the current isn't changing much because the voltage isn't really changing much. I auto scale it again. That's a really nice display. And we can see it's just about 3.9 volts. But this power supply allows you to actually capture the full discharge curve of a battery, and you can watch what voltage it can put out over time with any given load. So you can see the time here is at 1 minute and 46 seconds. And if I auto scale this again, 1 minute and 55, so it'll turn off the data logging pretty shortly. It should be just there we go, just a 2 minute capture. And we can now save that with the file. And it's done. So it's very simple to operate the power supply as a data logger. It saves you hooking up an entire instrument or a computer to do this function, and it can supply power if you're charging. So it's a very flexible system to be used for applications like this. And I'm going to go back to charging this thing. Just going to set this back up to, say, let's go to 0.3 amps. Nothing's happening. I have to turn it on. So at 0.3 amps, it's now charging the battery.